Hey Mary, what's up?
Just playing a game. Procrastinating, you know. See, look.
What are you doing? Shouldn't you be working on math?
Yeah. But this is actually math. Sort of. Maybe.
Yeah, I guess if you really want to pretend. You do use vectors, I guess.
Vectors? What are those?
Vectors are just like line segments, but they have a specific direction as well. Vectors start at their tail and end at the head. They are represented by arrows with the head at the tip of the arrow, and like the arrow in this game.
How does that relate to this game? I mean, yeah, I see the arrow, but that's not helping me at all.
Well, think about physics.
Oh, it's not. I'm getting beat by a computer game. Physics would just beat my...
Hey, hear me out. We use vectors to show forces, right? And since you can add vectors, you can use them to explain directions and magnitudes of force. That's one of the more practical applications for vectors, even if it's just for a game.
Okay, I'm getting it. Just one question.
What?
How do you add vectors?
It's simple. You can add vectors either algebraically or geometrically. For example, say vector A is 2, 3, and B is 1, 5. A plus B would equal 1 plus 2, comma, 3 plus 5, and that would equal 3, comma, 8. So not only are their magnitudes added, but the direction as well. Good so far?
I think so.
Good. To add vectors geometrically, draw one vector where it is, and then draw the second vector so that the tail of the second is on the head of the first, and the sum of the two vectors goes from head to tail of the first vector to the head of the second.
That makes sense, but how does this help me in the game?
Well, say you bounce a ball off the wall, like this. The first vector would be from the starting point to where the bubble would hit the wall, and the second would be from the point of impact to the sticking point. See?
Oh yeah, I never thought about doing that before.
Yep. This would still hold true if the vectors were in 3D too.
Oh, cool. Could you imagine what this game would be like, blown up in 3D? It'd be like human pinball. You'd be shot out of a cannon and go bing, 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 bing.
Yes, I suppose so. Anywho, if you wanted to, you could also calculate the angle between the two vectors to try and get an even better placement of the bubble. Since cosine theta equals the dot product over the two magnitudes, the dot product itself is...
Stop! That's way more math than I want to do when procrastinating doing my math homework.
But see, now you have the high score.
Wow, really?
Yep, see, math can be fun, right?
Sure.